Partnered by Times Influence.
Have you ever wondered how telecommunications and the world of apps is changing our lives? To navigate and move from one location to another, I need my phone. And to communicate and chat with my family and friends, I need data and my mobile phone. Hello and welcome to TechGig Code Gladiators 2018 with me, Samriti Grover. In this episode, we get you a conglomerate that not only disrupted the space when it launched, but has actually pushed the envelope and made India reach the #1 spot whereas data usage is concerned, consuming more than 100 crore GB data in a month last year. We get you Reliance Jio. Today we are at the Reliance Corporate Park in Navi Mumbai to find not just the best coder in the country, but to also discuss innovative technologies that are going to set the pace for future in this sector.
The new era of telecommunications and data usage began when Reliance launched Jio in 2016 with free 4G data, voice calls and SMS for all its customers. It changed the way India started using smartphones.
The 5th of September 2016, Jio's data, voice, video, and the full bouquet of Jio's application and content will be available for everyone, absolutely free, till 31st December 2016.
The telecom sector is hyper-competitive where every possible player is looking for the largest piece of the pie. And Reliance is evolving its business with every step by starting a pre-5G internet service to disrupt the market once again. It is the power of technology, innovative solutions and futuristic thinking that is keeping Jio ahead of the curve.
I'm now joined by Ayush Bhatnagar, who's the Senior VP Technology at Jio. Thank you so much, Ayush, for joining us on this show.
Thank you so much.
So, I want to begin by asking you, it's a journey that began in September 2016, and it's been about 2 years now, and you've given many jerks to many competitors in that sense. How has the journey been so far?
See, the journey has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for all of us at Jio. We have been working together tirelessly over these couple of years to realize a common dream, and finally when we achieved what we have done so far, the hunger has only grown further and we have miles to go before we sleep.
So last year everyone was talking about Jio disrupting the space, but can you take us through some innovations that are perhaps propelling new businesses for Jio now? Because what's next that we're looking out at?
See, usually Jio or any other operator traditionally is perceived as a service provider just selling voice and data. But Jio has been a software company at the core. Right from the day we started out, we have been very bullish on innovation and on new technologies. So at Jio, we have a culture of adopting new trends, making them work for us and then scaling them out. So a prime example being voice over LTE, where apart from what other operators do, not only have we implemented the technology, we also have significant parts of our own software and IPR which is rolled out in the network today. So some of the new areas where we are currently working and we would be probably going live in a very big way is one of them is blockchain, the Internet of Things, which has been a new buzzword in the industry so far, and we have done significant work over there. And of course, the move towards cloud-native technologies such as containers and network functions virtualization, that is also on the anvil, and we are very close and we are ready to make that happen.
So, obviously I have to ask you that 5G is a buzzword that is doing the rounds in the industry currently. How is that rollout plan shaping up for you? Because I believe you're spearheading that movement per se at Jio?
See, usually these generational technologies, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, and now 5G, they are perceived as technologies which give you greater speed in the hands of the customer. But apart from this, 5G is not just about giving you greater speed. It is the transformation of how we do business and how we run networks and operations. So as far as Jio is concerned, 5G has several pillars, automation being one of the pillars. The move to cloud computing, which I just spoke about, is the other pillar, apart from advances in radio technology, which we have adopted. So as far as Jio is concerned, because we are an all IP network and we have no burden of legacy, we are 5G ready as we speak, and based on the regulatory and other constraints that are going to be resolved in the coming years, we'll move forward with that. And on a lighter note, you always have to expect the unexpected as far as Jio is concerned.
Well, thank you so much, Ayush, for joining us, and I hope you have a great journey with TechGig ahead.
Thank you so much.
Reliance Jio is clearly an integrated telecom and digital services company. Jio had rolled out the complete bouquet of apps where customers can talk, shop, bank and watch digital content. The My Jio app even became the most downloaded app on Google Play just after its launch.
I'm now joined by Arvind Tiwari, who's the head platforms at Jio Media Services. Thank you, Arvind, for joining us on this show.
You're welcome.
You know, you're handling, I would say, a vertical that is very hip and that is very in. Everyone's talking about digital. It's the digital platform that is ruling the roost, I would say. How is the digital, integrated digital services looked at in Reliance Jio?
So I think, Jio, it's not a telco, first of all.
Of course.
Okay, so it's an integrated digital services platform. And I think digital services are very, very core component of, the entire strategy. So what we have offered is a suite of, application lifestyle services, which consumers can use, they can use on day-by-day basis, right? And they can engage and, consume. Now, what happens is that, if you have, let's say you have, rolled out as information superhighway, right? So once you have a superhighway, then you need fast cars, right? You need vehicles to run on those highways. Now, for us, this digital services ecosystem is part of the vehicles. This is our way to, show our customers what 4G speed can do, right? So if you see, Jio TV, for example, a live TV application. If you watch live TV applications on Jio network, you will see, the experience, the flawless, surfing of, live TV on the go, which you will not find, anywhere else. And that is why, we feel that digital services plays a very, very important and critical role, at least in the Jio ecosystem.
In fact, when I started this episode, I've told about how our life revolves around only apps now.
Yeah.
And, I'm very inquisitive to know about the Jio Music and the Saavn merger also, and how that is going to change customer experience, whereas, listening to music and inhaling music is concerned.
So I think from the app ecosystem point of view, we have tried to touch, each and every aspect of Jio consumer. So be it, your reading, which we can, cater through Jio Max, Jio Newspaper and Jio Express News, your music services through Jio Music and now Saavn coming into the fold, or your, entertainment, consuming video through Jio TV or Jio Cinema. And on top of it, if you want to communicate, you have Jio Chat. If you want to do self-care, in an exciting and engaging way, you have My Jio, right? So I think from the application portfolio, if I just, summarize to you, we have Jio TV, which provides more than 600 live TV channels along with 7-day catch-up. We have got Jio Cinema, which provides more than 60,000 content, premium content. We have got Jio Music, which provides more than 1.5 crores of HD quality, songs. And we have got, Saavn now, which has got more than 40 million songs, right? On top of it, we have got on the print side, we have got Jio Magazine, which is India's #1 magazine application since last more than 1 year. We have got Jio Express News and Jio Newspaper, right? Which is also very, very, popular among the youth. And on the chat side, we have got, Jio Chat, which is a very, very, consumer-friendly engagement platform. It's not a communication platform. It's a completely, a complete engagement platform with which brands get associated with the customers, and consumers.
Okay, lastly, Arvind, I want to ask you, what are your future plans? What can we really look forward to?
So I think our chairman has laid out an ambitious target to actually, connect India digitally, to transform the entire country with the digital landscape. And I think the entire company is working towards that objective. So be it, software or hardware, we have done disruption in each field, Take for example, JioPhone. It's a revolutionary product that has, that was not existing, that market was not existing. So we have been able to, provide to our feature phone users, an LTE device through which, they can now consume data, right? So you will be actually seeing, a lot of such disruptions in coming future, right, which are more consumer centric, consumer focused, and at scale, both in terms of software as well as in terms of hardware, right? And on top of that, we are also doing foundational capabilities, or we are building foundational capabilities on AI and blockchain, which will become, I would say, core of everything, right? Where you will be it, personalized recommendations, be it, next generation security, be it automation, everything will be touched by, the AI and machine learning part.
So thank you so much, Arvind, for joining us. And on that exciting note, it's time to take a quick break. But when we return, we get you Jio's association with two very important themes, AI and blockchain, and how coders at Reliance Jio are gearing up for the Mega Codathon. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching TechGig Code Gladiators 2018 with me, Samriti Grover. Now, TechGig is not just a coding contest, but a 3-day extravaganza where coders work hard to fulfill their dreams. And Reliance Jio is leaving no stone unturned in turning that vision into reality by associating themselves with two very important themes, AI and blockchain. But before we take you to that experience, we first talk about technology and the complexities associated with this scale. Take a look.
India is experiencing exponential growth, engulfing more and more subscribers to its base. The 4G rollout, Digital India taking precedence, and reduction in smartphone prices is forcing telcos to focus on R&D, scale and technology to meet the demands of the consumer.
I'm now joined by Brijpal Singh, who's the Senior VP Tech Ops at Jio. Thank you so much, Brijpal, or BPS people call you, for joining us.
Thank you.
I want to begin by asking you, every business is a technology business today. So what are the complexities that come along with new age technologies that you use in terms of propelling your business?
So I think technology has been the main differentiator in the business these days.
Sure.
And Reliance Jio is not an exception. So I think the fundamental thing which stays with the new technologies which are actually changing every day is basically the pace at which you kind of grow yourself, your team and your organization. So essentially what we do is we keep looking at various technologies around us, around Jio, and especially in the recent past, what we've done is we've gone away from the quartz product, which used to be OEM stacks. And now, we are looking at cutting edge technologies in the industry, especially on the open source. So we've taken a leap forward in terms of migrating many of those apps to the open source technologies. But I think fundamentally, when you deal with scale, the most fundamental thing which stays as to how do you grapple with so many moving parts. One side you are changing technologies, on the other side your business is on the rise. So basically there is a need of huge instrumentation.
Because you're adding about 3.5 lakh consumers every day.
Right.
India is now the biggest, perhaps, I think, whereas consumption of data is concerned, it is on number one. And I think Jio has played a big role in propelling that.
That's
so how do you manage this scale and how do you manage to keep up with this scale?
So there are two parts to it. Let me start first with the soft aspect, which drives behaviors and success. And it needs best people available, mixed in a unique and inspiring environment, and Jio is not an exception. So we at Jio, we are a huge startup, and that essentially means that we needed help from all over the world in terms of getting those experts, many different leaders, experts, thought leaders from all over the world, so that we could take their expertise, encourage or enrich our team so that they could come up with the required skills.
Right.
So that is one side of it. So at a high level, we've built an environment where all these guys, they work together. They show their personal responsibility in terms of delivering the end results like typically people do in a startup. A second aspect to it, which is the technology side of it. So right from the beginning, we made some key decisions in terms of stable designs when we started building our platforms, and some of the key requirements, they were defined that time itself, because we knew that we have to acquire 1.5 million customers a day. So basically, some of the decisions, for example, how do we handle 150,000 customers in 1 hour?
Sure.
How do we onboard 150 to 1.5 million customers in a day? How do we rate and charge 500 million customers in a real time? How do we build our software in a manner which is self-instrumented, so that we don't have to look at instrumentation later on? We built digital ecosystem for our retailers via app. We made data-driven platforms so that business can take decisions based on data. So these were some of the key decisions which we took initially. As a result of this, what Jio has done, Jio has broken many world records. We acquired 100 million customers in first 170 days. In those 170 days, we acquired 7 customers every second, which is the fastest adoption of any technology service anywhere in the world. And as you rightly said, on our network, our customers consume 2.1 billion gigabyte of data every month, which is higher than that of China and USA put together. Our average customer consumption is about half a GB every day, which is by far the largest in the world. So that's the scale which we've been dealing with. But I think the fundamental thing has been the design and the instrumentation which we incubated right from the word go.
So when you're talking about so many feats that have been achieved, what is that one challenge that you think Reliance Jio might grapple with, or the challenge that you think you might face in the future?
I think I would say getting everybody together, instill the ownership mindset with the employees, because we've been adding a lot of employees, newer and older. So that is our fundamental theme at Jio. We believe in that every employee, they should show personal attitude together with everybody, as if you were an owner of the company. And I think that has been driving the success for Jio.
When we talk about tech ops, I have to ask you, earlier in the episode, we were talking about how blockchain and AI is very relevant for Reliance Jio, and how they're looking at disrupting that space through these technologies. But also I want to ask you the role of big data, and how is that helping you, to propel in terms of innovations that are going to be game changing?
The technology has been the main differentiator for any business, and Jio is not an exception. We had understood this right in the beginning itself, when we started building our platforms, and big data has played a role. So what we've done is we've built a platform called Next Generation Apps, which is a unique in the world. Nobody has ever built such a platform. What this platform does is that it basically brings everybody together. Our customers, our business, our employee, technologies, our retailer partners, and everybody in the world.
Sure.
And what it does, it basically allows you to automate the entire security DevOps framework, so that what our people, they get a lot of time in terms of looking at newer and newer technologies, so that they could deploy most of optimal technologies at Jio.
Right. On that note, BP, I think we need to actually have a look and speak to some of the coders at Jio who are really gearing up for the contest, and what do they have in their mind, and how are they taking out time from their busy schedule to actually gear up for the contest. Let's have a look.
So it's pretty tough, and the competition is huge, because we see a lot of participants, with a very high good score in TechGig portal. So we've been working on the different feedbacks provided by the TechGig team.
Actually, the semi-final round was tough, so I'm expecting the finals would be more tougher, but I'll make sure that I prepare that well so that I'm able to excel in the final as well.
I have been preparing for this competition for the last 3 months. So Jio has a lot of senior data scientists in-house, so they are guiding me as well to prepare it.
I think the whole organization is really excited about participating in this competition. We have been doing some phenomenal work in software at Jio, and we have changed the experience in the way the customers take services from telecom operators, and we really want to showcase the Jio's tech brand.
It's an era of focusing on software as a network, and this makes the coders and programmers more vital to any technology business. With Jio being a software-driven firm first, services such as cloud computing are making a huge difference to the landscape of the company.
Cloud computing has really provided the businesses the agility that they need to quickly launch their products and solutions to the market, right? And it has taken a lot of overhead, it has taken a lot of cost, lot of capex out of the question that people have to used to do traditionally. Also, it provides you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you use your infrastructure.
And to challenge their employees and find the best possible talent, Reliance Jio associated itself with TechGig Code Gladiators for the second year with two themes: AI and blockchain, a domain where Jio wants to achieve new heights with an eye on talent that can integrate software development with their business seamlessly.
Blockchain has larger long-term implications because blockchain helps us digitize our business operations to a large extent. It helps us bring accountability in the way an organization functions, in how we do business with partners and stakeholders. So we are looking at blockchain primarily in these areas, apart from some innovative use cases which we are currently developing for the retail space as well.
It's not about R versus Python or scikit-learn. AI is really about marrying data and domain knowledge. And I think that is the skill that will come with experience. So we want our students to actually get very deep into the domain of the problem that they are solving.
I'm a code warrior.
I'm a dynamic programmer.
I'm a code monk.
I'm an algorithm champ.
After listening to that inspiring journey, it's now time for me to push off to another destination and meet another conglomerate that is changing the landscape through innovative technologies. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Partnered by Times Influence.